He is the first man that my ears heard play Vegeta back in 1996. The inventor of over 9,000, a guy who's wrath from the not escape. Please welcome back, after year one, now here at year two, from the Ocean Dub, Mr. Brian Drummond. So this man, of course, like I said, throughout the whole weekend, the Ocean Group in Canada, Vancouver, they put food on the plate for us to eat, and this next person took the role and just owned it. You know, the prince of all sayings, he's got quite the resume, and you know, you might also know him as Kuwabara, All Might, Piccolo, Yamcha, the Prince of Vegeta, well, the Prince of the Saiyans Vegeta, of course. I screwed that up. Chris Sabat.
Thank you.
Last but not least, a man who has voiced Vegeta for 23 years in Latin America. He, you know, just, again, if you grew up on that dub or if you saw it on Telemundo, you heard Insecto. And for some reason, in the Latin American dub, Vegeta called people insects all the time. Please welcome, folks, damas y caballeros, bienvenido a Rene Garcia. 2 years in a row, this has been the most viewed panel at this event. Vegeta is probably the most popular character in Dragon Ball. We're going to start over there and move over here with Brian, Chris, Rene. Why is Vegeta so damn popular? And why, well, let's just go with that one. Why is Vegeta so damn popular, in your opinion?
Come on, because he's so damn cute. You know, he's got just a phenomenal story. And to me, performance and things that I love to do are all about story. And Vegeta's story is amazing. He goes through so many ups and downs, and that's what we go through in life, so we can relate. Maybe not the mass murder part can we relate to so much, but we can relate to so many other aspects of his life. Love, hate, you know, greed, and everything, and he's open to change, which we should all be as well. So, and look at those buns, come on.
I think what's great about Vegeta is that a lot of people, when they were growing up, they were like indoctrinated to believe that Goku was the best character. And everyone as a kid, they're like, well, he's the main character, he's on the posters, he's the best character. And I love the fact that all of you as adults have come to realize that Vegeta is actually the best character.
Yeah!
And I've joked before with Sean about how Vegeta may have been based on somebody that perhaps bullied Akira Toriyama in school. Somebody he respected, but at the same time never wants him to actually be the winner. But there's something about you just keep rooting for Vegeta, even though he never ends up getting the ultimate win. He has won our appreciation though. He's become a better person. He's become a father. He's become a family man. And in Super now he's like a comic relief character sometimes. So yeah, I think people really can appreciate kind of a dude who's just willing to kind of adapt to the situation, you know?
Yeah, it's true. He's the most human character of all the Dragon Ball characters, I think. Because of what Brian said about this development of the character the sacrifice in the Magical Saga, and the family thing. I agree. Can I say something in Spanish for the Latin audience? Yes. For the Latin audience. ¿Cómo están, insectos?
You know, my first experience in hearing any of the other voices on the show actually was the Spanish dub, because at that time we were unable to get the Japanese version of it. Funimation was not, I guess it got lost on a boat somewhere, and they're like, we need to start dubbing the show, so we had the Spanish version. We weren't able to reference it all the time because we didn't have the technology back then to actually play both versions of it at the same time. I have no idea why, but for whatever reason we couldn't hear it. But whenever we were converting the episodes, I would have to listen to them as they were going through, and I always heard your voices on it. So
okay.
I heard your voice before
I didn't know that.
and I did. I heard your voice many times before I heard Ryo Horikawa's voice. So.
Really?
Yeah.
And which one do you prefer?
Since he's not here, I was. Oh, it's hard to play favorites. I mean, we've got all of North America covered here. So
I had to come up with a voice all on my own. I got to hear nothing, so these guys, I don't know.
So you didn't hear what we
all I remember is like rooting like Vegeta at that moment. Is that, remember, he's having a very hard time deciding who he wants to win because he wants to root for himself, but at the same time he doesn't want to die because he's disappearing like Marty McFly or something like that. And he has a pacifier.
Yes.
I just remember hearing his first words that came out of his mouth when he was recording with us remotely, and it just felt so good to hear Drummond's voice again, man. I know we talked about this last year, but it's so good to see you once a year.
Hope a terrible filler episode be interesting.
We made it better, I think. I think we made it better.
Thank you.
So, in Dragon Ball Z, there's this kind of symbolism.
All right.
Oh, thank you so
Okay,
much.
we're gonna try it.
I might not get a move.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to now follow you guys. All right.
This could have been the end, but we'll do it.
Galic Gun!
Galic Gun, first time ever attempted.
Sorry for destroying the people in the front.
All these people there.
Sorry, insectos. Billion years ago, there was this thing that popped up called the internet, and then you were allowed to pick an email address. And I was trying to be, I want to be Chris@yahoo.com, and that wasn't going to work because like 90,000 people had already chosen that. So I was trying to figure out what my name was going to be and what my name was going to be, and I couldn't think of a good name for Yahoo. Like, my roommate came in and we had just eaten some soul food that afternoon, and it was like, that was really good food. I'm like, yeah, I need to eat more okra. Then I realized, oh, that's a really good name. I'll be eating more okra at yahoo.com. So okra became like this word, and I would use it like in all of my screen names and stuff like that. And then so when I opened Okratron 5000, okra means really nothing. It's just a word that kind of like popped up out of nowhere. But then Tron is, I've always had this, I thought it was always really funny that you could put the word Tron or omatic at the end of any word to give it technological significance. Like, this is just a bottle, but if it's called the Bottletron, it's a hell of a lot cooler, right? And I was also obsessed with the year 2000, because when I was a kid, I had this book called The Kid's Whole Future Catalog, and it was told us exactly what the year 2000 was going to be like. It didn't turn out to be anything like that at all. But there were a lot of laundromats and stuff that called themselves Laundromat 2000 because that was supposed to be a futuristic theme. But by the time we got to the year 2000 sounded pretty dated at that point. And so I gave our studio the name 5000 to give it like an extra 3,000